All right, greetings. We are going to do the solo play of Pergola. This is very, very similar to the multiplayer one. I'll include a link to the how to play up there. I will go over this very briefly. I'm not going to go through how everything scores and places initially. I'll kind of talk you through that as I do it. And then, of course, when I do the final scoring, you'll see all that. I'll include a link to that final scoring down below in case you want to see that in action. So the big changes in a solo one is that when you place out the dragonflies, you're going to grab one from each different type and then have 2 large and 2 medium. As in a 2-player game, you're going to be playing with the shovels and the hose. You do have a separate side for the solo action board. In addition to that, you are going to choose a challenge. I have chosen this top one, a ladybug on each magnolia level. So I must have at least 1 ladybug on each of at least 3 magnolia levels. So I can go higher with my magnolias. I just need to have a ladybug on at least 3 of those levels. That'll make sense as we play. The gameplay itself is going to be very simple. I am going to select a tool from up here. It's going to give me stuff for my garden. I am going to take that stuff, put it on my garden. I am then going to do the action that is below that associated tool. So if I do this, it's a frog jump, which, oh, my frog's over here. Which my frog is simply going to go from here, jump onto here. When you jump around here, you are going to go to adjacent water lilies and getting insects and such. This is, I'm going to move my water drip going down my cascading water. This is, I'm going to grab a leaf, grab the insect on it, and put it on my birdhouse, and that's going to score points at the end of the game. And this one is, I'm going to move my insects around, getting them to different levels, possibly putting them on flowers, etc. Like I said, a lot of this you can hopefully pick up as I play, as I'll talk and walk through everything. But that is about it. I'm going to play over 15 turns. That's going to fill up my little pot right here. We'll then score for everything, and I am then going to see how my score was. I'm not really having to compare it to anyone. This is what these people got. If I can do all 10 and get over 1,000 points, I get a platinum badge of the Super Gardener. Yeah, so basically you do want to try and be better than these. These are your neighbors who scored points. But again, so I do that. Then in the solo, what's going to happen is I'm going to discard the tool that's on the other, or it's on the same half as mine. So if I choose this tool will get discarded. If I choose this tool, etc., we then slide them down, bring out 2 tools, and go at it. All right, simple, easy peasy. Like I said, the gameplay is simple. I think we're going to start with this first one. So we're going to grab this first one. We are going to get us a magnolia. We're going to just place that in our garden. They can just be placed in the garden. Then when I get subsequent magnolias, they're going to branch off of on top of it. And I'm also going to get this lantern. This lantern is when I do the water drip, I'll be able to do it again with that same drip or the other one. So that's that. And then this tool just gets plopped into my tool pot. I now can jump my frog. We're going to jump right here, which is going to give me this ladybug, which I'm going to just plop right on my magnolia right away. So because I chose that one, this one goes ahead and gets discarded out of the game. These slide over, and we draw out 2 new ones. So because I need my magnolia to get bigger and kind of looking out here, and I got one that's got a ladybug on it. I think, actually we're going to hold off on that ladybug, but we're going to still grab this tool, which is going to give us the double magnolia. So we're going to actually move this over here because this might get large. So we're going to put our magnolia just kind of coming off of this one. And then we get this reddish hollyhock. We'll put that right there. We are going to be grabbing us a leaf here in a moment. I think we're going to start off by grabbing this one to get a bee. And he's just going to buzz around until I get somewhere for him to land. This gets discarded from the game. Those don't have to slide. And we draw out 2 of these. All right, so now here's where I'm not sure what I want to do, because I can go ahead and grab this one and get that, or this. I could start by grabbing this one. That's got 2 of the magnolias and get a really big magnolia bush going. But I don't really can do anything with the action because I don't want to flutter any of my... I could flutter my ladybug up some. That's a possibility, but I have nowhere for my bee yet. And then this is going to get discarded, and I kind of like this one. So I think we're probably going to go with one of these. We are going to grab this one. This is going to give us our large Buttercup, I think they're called. For some reason, I can never remember this one. We're going to just place that there, and it's going to give us a teal lantern or blue lantern. What happens with this one is I can flip that over to do any action when I select a tool. It doesn't have to be the specific one that I'm at. So, but we are going to do our frog again, and I think our frog's going to jump over here and get us a bee. And the bee is going to go right there. So really quick, for these dragonflies, I need the specific 4 of the specific plant type. So for this one, I need 4 magnolias, of which I'm at 2 right now. I need 4 of the lavender leaves. This is 4 of the buttercups, and this is 4 of the hollyhocks. Did my action. The double hollyhock goes away. These slide down. 2 more come out. And I think I'm going to grab that double magnolia now, because I can cascade down. I can grab a bee and start getting my bees over here, because my bees will flip these honey pots, which are going to give me points. So let's go ahead and grab this double magnolia. So we get a 1 and we get a double. So get that little, we'll go off this way with this, and we'll come up this way with that. And then we can move the water drop down. So we're going to go right here and grab this bee right there. And this one gets discarded. These slide down. All right, so I got 3 levels. So I don't necessarily need to go any crazier with my magnolias. I just got to get a couple of ladybugs. So I might want to maybe start looking at some other things. The hollyhocks are always nice because that gives me somewhere for my butterflies if I start grabbing them, especially if I start trying for different colored leaves. Although that's the same color as that one, so I'm looking at a ladybug or a ladybug, which works because of those. Let's go ahead and grab this one. Oh, I forgot to put my tool back, my tool away. There we go. So this is going to give us a blue hollyhock and another, and this is a small buttercup. And then we can move one of our water drops. So let's go ahead and move it down this way, and that gets us a ladybug. And we'll put the ladybug right here on that magnolia. And then, you know what, let's go ahead and just flip this so we can move our thing again. So we are going to move this one down and get a butterfly. And we're going to put that butterfly immediately on the, let's go the red hollyhock. And that was that. That was that. This goes ahead and gets discarded. Slide these over. These 2, so we have 1 of these left, and then we start the hose. So looking out there, I think I'm going to grab some more buttercups so I can get these flipped over. That's a 1. That's a big one with another magnolia. And I don't know if I really want to flutter my insects. I think I want to grab a leaf, so we're going to grab this one. Gives us the single magnolia. So let's just keep going up this way with it. And it's going to grab us a small buttercup. And that goes ahead and lets us do a leaf. So let's go ahead and grab this leaf right here, which is going to give us a ladybug, which are going to plop up on this high level right here of the magnolias. So I now have accomplished that challenge, so I don't have to worry about that as much. This now allows me to flutter 1 insect. So we are going to flutter this bee over here onto there. And this goes onto our birdhouse. This gets discarded. This comes right there, and we get our first hoe. Let's kind of stand these up so we don't have that same issue. There we go. I think we're going to go water drip again. Plus, we get another hollyhock. So the hollyhocks are going to score for basically groups of different colors. So this right now is worth 6. So I grab that. I'm going to grab my first lavender leaf. There it is. Let's go ahead and place that right there. If I get a second one, I can then choose between a small butterfly and a lavender bush. I think I am going to want to hop my frog soon though, so I can get that dragonfly. This one's the hollyhock one, so if I get another hollyhock, I can get that dragonfly as well. But we're going to drop our little droplet down here. And let's go ahead and grab another ladybug, because even though I'm full, I'm on there, you get more points based on how many of the ladybugs are on the levels. So like these are each only worth 1, but if I can get another one here, it's worth 2, etc. So that was all of that. This gets discarded. Slide these down. And then grab a couple more. So I think we will go ahead and grab this one. That's going to give us this lantern, which is, I'll flip this, when I get one of these depicted insect, I can flip this over to get another of that insect. This is also going to give us a double magnolia right up top. So what's going to happen now is that does give me a chance of getting another ladybug there if I want. But we get to hop our frog. We're going to hop right here to grab this dragonfly, which is going to give me 2 points at the end of the game, but I was able to grab it because I have at least 4 magnolias. That gets discarded. These slide down. We draw out 2 more. A ladybug and a hollyhock, and then I can even grab this and grab a bee. That all looks really good to me. So we are going to come here. We're going to place it right there so I don't keep messing up my lavender leaf. So we're going to grab our ladybug first. We're going to plop our ladybug right there. We grab this hollyhock. The hollyhocks are going to get stacked on top of each other, like so. Then we get a leaf. We're going to grab this one. That gives us a bee. So buzz, buzz. There's 4 of them here. That's when we get to flip one of these over. We're going to flip over this ladybug one, seeing as we have quite a few ladybugs going on. And then at this point, I can I can flutter an insect if I want. And that basically means move them up a level. So I'm going to move this ladybug up there for now, because I still have ones on 3 different levels. But now each of these is going to score 2 points. That gets discarded. 2 more hose. So we have 6 turns left. Let's go ahead and grab this one. It's going to give us another magnolia. And that's going to, we're going to come up this way because hopefully I can get a ladybug there, and then those ladybugs are going to score lots of points. This is going to go ahead and give me a butterfly, which will plop right on there because they want to be higher. That's how they score more points. And then I can do the frog jump. And I think for the frog jump, so I have the hollyhock, so I could start working my way this way, but that'd be getting me a butterfly. Butterflies are okay, but I might want to get a bee so I can maybe get another honey pot. We'll work our way over there. So we're going to hop here and get a bee. And then we're going to flip this to get a second bee. So I can have these bees buzzing around. So that way my hope is that I can do the flutter and then fly them both over there. Discard that one, slide these down, draw out 2 more. 2/3 the way through the game. So I'm leaning towards grabbing this one or this one, either one, and then using my flipping here to do the fluttering of the insects instead. That's my initial thought. And that's going to give me both, because both of those are going to give me both places for my bees. That's going to let me possibly hop. That's going to let me come down here, which I can come down and get it where I'm scoring points. If I don't flip that, I think I might be able to get that here soon. So let's go ahead. We're actually going to grab this one. Grab our big buttercup. Right there. Grab our ladybug. Pop that on this top level right there. And then we get to do the frog jump, or I can flip that. Well, frog jump, I want to try and get over near here to be able to get this one, although I am able to get this now. So yeah, let's just try and jump and get over there eventually. Because I do have 4 buttercups, so now I get another dragonfly. This goes away, these 2 slide over. You know what, I think we are going to go ahead and grab this one. We're going to grab the lavender leaf. And this goes like this. So now I have 2 options. I can grab a small dragonfly And if I put them there, these small ones are worth 1 point. And then if I come down here, all my dragonflies are worth an extra point, although I think I might try for this honey pot one. Or I can do a lavender bush, which I think I'm going to do. Then if I can get the lavender bush filled with 3 bees, I would score 8 points. So now for these honey pots is once they're flipped, they won't be reflipped. So if I can get 7 over here, flip another honey pot, I can then bring those bees down here, but granted I'm not getting the points at the end of the game, but this is more points. It's a balancing act. So now I can flutter 2 insects. So let's go ahead and flutter my bees over onto here. So I'm at 6, 1 more, and I can flip over another one of the honey pots. I have 4 turns left to do that. I actually have 3 turns left to do that. I forgot to put my hoe away. So let's go ahead and grab this one instead, because that's going to give me the blue hollyhock to start working on the points here. That's going to give me another one of these lanterns. And then right now I technically could do the flutter. I don't think I want to do the flutter though. I think I would rather do one of the other actions, probably the hop action. So let's flip this over, because if I can get my frog over here, that's going to get me 5 points with that one. Plus I can get the ladybug to go there, and ladybugs are giving me points. So yeah, we're going to hop and a ladybug. All right, so I have 2 turns left. I need to hop once more, and I want to try and get that full of bees. I don't think all that's going to happen. So that one does give me a bee that I can instantly place there, and then look at getting another bee later to move over there. Yeah, we're going to grab this one. So that gives me the honeyhawk. That's going to give me the bee, which let's go ahead and just place that in the lavender for right now. And it is going to do the water drop. Water drop down here to get this bee. You know what? Let's go ahead and put that on there. And then we're going to flip this to do it again. This comes down here. I get one of the insects. I'm going to grab a bee. And then I can place this on one of these to get points. So I think I'm going to be able to hopefully get my second one there. That's going to be 4 points. I have 2 sets of that, so that's only 2 points. I have 2 right now. I'm hoping to get a third. We'll see if that happens. That'd be 3. So we're going to go to the honey pot. This gets discarded. These slide over, and then 2 more come out. All right, so I got my thing for my bee, but doesn't have my bee with it. So I'm going to be able to get my honey pot. I don't think I'm going to be able to get my dragonfly, though. Although if I do that, nope, still can, because I got to use the leaves, or that action for there. We're going to grab this, which is going to allow us to grab a small buttercup and this token. So this will be the last turn of the game. We are going to, do I need a flutter? But no, but I want that bee. But optimally the other color would be nice, but oh well. So I'm going to grab this. Yep, grab this to get my bee. I am not going to, wait, actually I'm going to flutter this butterfly up to that level. And then that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can flip over another one of these. My lanterns, that'd be 5 points. Leaves, that's only a couple points. Butterflies is only a couple points, so we'll flip over my lantern one. And I'm not going to use that to do the extra bee because I have nowhere for the bee to go. So then this would get discarded and we can't refill, so that signifies the end of the game. So we are now going to get into the scoring. Because my tool pot is full, so it is time to score. Alright, so first we are going to look at hollyhocks. So you're going to be scoring the levels. So this is 6 and 12 points for the hollyhocks. Butterflies score based on level they're on. They're both on the second level, which is 2 points per butterfly, so that is 4 points. Next up, we are going to look at the magnolias. So the magnolias, you're going to score each token, not each basically stem, bud, however you want to call it, based on its level. So this one's worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically the first and second levels, first, second, and third levels, 1 point. Then the top one is 2. So ladybugs score based on how many levels they are and individually. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15 points in ladybugs. For every pair of these is 3 points. So that's 3, 6 points right there. The bees, again, so these ones that are full, the small buttercups are 2, the large buttercups are 4, and the lavender plant is 8. So 2, 4, 6, 10, 14, 22. Each leaf gives me 2 points, so that is going to be 4 points right there. We then go to our dragonflies. I only have those 2. Those are each worth 3, so that is 6 points right there. My honeypots is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points for my honeypots because there's a point per ladybug and a point per lantern. My water droplet is 2 points per filled honeypot. There are 2, so that is 4. We are going to look at our leaves, and we are going to see how many different colors we have, and that's how many points we get. We have 3 points for there. So let's go ahead and see what my total is. All right, so my total came out to being 98. In that one, my opponents were 102 and 100, so I did come in last, but I did accomplish the challenge, so that is something. So I'm going to chalk that up as a half a win. All right, so that is the basics of Pergola. So if I could get you to head down below and hit like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell, that would be appreciated. Also, if you're looking to purchase games, we have a link to Miniature Market down below to where you can go ahead and purchase some games. We get a portion of those sales back here to this channel to help fund the games that we bring to you to view. Alrighty, so until next time, experience nature in your backyard.